Hello YouTube, this is Richard, founder of ShortTermRentalSecrets.com and Airbnb Superhost, and today I'm coming to you live from Calle Ocho in Miami, where we're doing the very first Airbnb experience and we wanted to review it. There's definitely some partying going down here in Miami, and in Little Cuba, Calle Ocho, Celia Cruz Avenue, what do you call it?
Anti-Miami Trail.
Yeah, right, whatever. It's got 4 different names. There's a party going on, and we're having a great time, and Max is a wonderful hostess, introducing us to your native flavors and your cuisine. It's been remarkable, but now I'd like to turn a little bit to sort of the business of being a host or hostess on Airbnb for the experiences. How long did it take? How'd you come up with the idea? What's your experience been?
It's been great. I don't live in a place where I could rent out my home
Yet, although after meeting us, you're thinking
now
about it.
I have some great ideas.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm really excited about that. I think there's a couple of things I can move around and buy some new furniture. But
good, get started.
I have some more videos of yours that I actually have to watch to make sure I do the pictures right.
Exactly.
But until then, I'm doing the hosting. It came to Miami probably a couple months ago. And I saw a Facebook ad for it, and I said, my gosh, like, this is what I do with all my friends and anyone who comes into town. I introduce them to Cuban food and culture and drinks and ice cream. I might as well do it as a business. And I've loved it so far. I've met some really interesting people, and I've been able to share my culture, which I love. I get to hang out in Calle Ocho most weekends now, and it took probably about a month from the start, which was what type of experience do I want to offer, to it actually being live on the app. And I think Airbnb is really trying to do a good job of creating and curating really quality experiences. So I actually submitted an experience before this one, and it wasn't accepted. Okay. Because it was just too vague. I was pretty much saying like, oh, I'm happy to like create an itinerary for you, and they were like, no, that's not what we want. What they say is, could someone do your experience if you were out of town? And the answer should be no, right? It's so reliant on you and your personality and your connections and your knowledge of the community that no one else should be able to provide your experience for you. And so that's really what I've tried to do with La Noche Colada, is really give you the history and give you a tour and really curate your food for you.
Well, you did quite well with that. We really appreciate it. It's been fabulous. And I guess my question for people that are doing this to make money, from a business perspective, what are your thoughts? And
so when I built the experience, I knew what the shell would look like, right? The type of experience I wanted people to have. And then I came down here to Calle Ocho to actually choose the places. I come to Azúcar all the time, I come to Ball and Chain all the time, but I didn't know which restaurant I wanted to choose. So I went around and actually spoke to the managers and looked at the food and tasted the food in a couple of places to make sure that it was up to my standards. I didn't want anyone to have I didn't want people to walk away with a bad Cuban food experience. That one took the most time. And I haven't actually, I've spoken to the proprietors. They all know that I'm going to bring people here, but I haven't done any kind of like, oh, will you give an appetizer for free or a free coffee? Right. Because I want them to get to know me first and the type of people that I'm bringing. And then I know that will come naturally, is that we'll figure out some kind of way to do more for the customers. And so I think, for people who do want to build an experience like this, that would probably be the way that I would. I mean, unless you already have those connections from a really long time. Kind of building that relationship first. I think you want to develop that trust in the relationship, like you said, and then that business component of it will come naturally. And one thought that I have as I sit here and speak to you about your business and my business is, maybe you can reach out to some super hosts in the Miami area and say, here are my, my business cards, or here's my experience, or I'd really appreciate the lead, and so on, right? Because like the host that we're staying in gave us a little list of things that he recommended, like here's how you get to the beach, and here's where you get coffee, and here's where you do this. And if he had hyperlinked to here's a great experience run by a friend of mine, I likely would have clicked on that, right? So like from a marketing perspective, so maybe from a marketing perspective, just go search on Airbnb, look for super hosts in and around the Miami area, introduce yourself, maybe give them, a cup of coffee and say, maybe bring them to the experience and have them so that they can authentically say, like, we did it, we loved it, we had a great time. I love that. Thank you. There you go. Now I'm going to be too booked. Well, look, that would be a good problem to have, right? That's true.
And you said you also submitted another experience that's in the review process?
Yes. Yeah, so that one's taking a little bit longer because it's an immersion. So you can do an experience, which is about a 2-hour experience, and then an immersion is a 2 to 3 day experience
Cool.
where you really immerse yourself. And so with that one, it's kind of very similar to what we do. It's a dinner, dessert, coffee, but there's dancing and a ball and chain. I'll take you so you can learn how to dance salsa.
Wow.
That's something I do as a public service for my friends as well. It's just teach them a little how to move those hips. And then the next day we actually go to the Cuban Museum. It's called the American Museum of the Cuban Diaspora. It's the newest museum in Miami, and it actually is celebrating the work of artists in the diaspora. So it's a beautiful museum. They have a great exhibit up, and so it's kind of giving you another part of the Cuban culture, our art, and what we've been doing in the diaspora while we've been exiled from our country.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Well, look, it's been a real pleasure to meet you. It's been a real pleasure to taste your entire cuisine and learn so much about it. And it's also going to be a real pleasure to get on the spin bike tomorrow at 10:30 in the morning and work some of this off, because my goodness, I don't know how you could do this every single weekend, but I feasted and I appreciate it very much.
You did a great job.
I really did, didn't I? I mean, I'm proud of myself, So for any of you that are interested in this, and I highly recommend it, you should come to Miami and you should do this dining experience. You can find Max in our link below in the video, so go ahead and click on that. And just want to thank you so much, Max. It's been a real pleasure, and it's been a memorable experience, and I hope you've enjoyed it as well, and I wish you nothing but continued success.
Thank you.
It's amazing. Thanks so much for having us.
Muchas gracias.
Igualmente a usted.